Game it should be. We've had a really entertaining afternoon, haven't we? 3 close games, and there's no reason to think that this will be any different. Michael Smith, who was taught the harshest of darting lessons at the World Championship when he was beaten by Raymond van Barneveld, and well, he really did have the eye of the tiger at the Alexandra Palace, Barney, going all the way through to the semi-finals before losing to Adrian Lewis. But Michael Smith will long wonder how he lost that match from 3-0 up, and at the end of the day, it may well stand him in good stead. He's tried to turn it, I know, into a positive over the last month or so, after a landmark breakthrough to get that far in the World Championship. But it must be difficult mentally to recover from a defeat like that. But he's young enough, he's in the Premier League, and he's got a chance for revenge.
Well, he's never actually beaten Raymond on TV. He's beaten him away on the TV. They've played, well, this is their 10th meeting, and Ray is 6-3 up.
Yep. And 5 of those were TV clashes.
Yep. Smith didn't actually get a win over Raymond until their 6th meeting.
131.
Well, a bright start from both. It really was a fantastic game at the World Championship. Smith was sensational, but you just knew that Van Barneveld would hit back, and you kind of knew that we'd get a 180 in the opening leg.
Yeah, off one of them, both prolific 180s.
28.
We're talking about Michael Smith.
50.
This would be tops, well, double 10 for a 12 darter.
30.
The one thing that, for me, and I've talked to him about it, perhaps he needs to just rein himself back in again on the finishes. Sometimes rushes a little too much. When he's on, and
60. Might require 20.
he gets another chance at it here.
Just gets a bit quick, doesn't he?
A
bit too eager.
Michael Smith. Second leg, Raymond.
Well, yeah, debut in the Premier League next Thursday in Leeds for Michael Smith. What a huge moment that will be for the young man, only 25 years of age. But this actually is debut in the Masters as well.
Yep, it's been some year for the
60.
young man. He started to show signs of this happening as far back as 2012, where he won. The development tour was introduced, and he won 5 of those events in the time he spent playing in that system. But he's won 7 ranking titles already.
Well, that's unlucky. That's unlucky. No. Is that 114 on the floor? How important will that prove to be?
40.
Well, only 40 from Barney.
Could be a hard board. They're changed after every match.
135.
Well, yeah, I mean, Van Barneveld, after losing in the semi-finals at the Alexandra Palace, got him back into the world's top 10, up to number 9 in the world, where he really does belong. Had a long holiday in Hong Kong, and quite a lot of the players that we're going to see here over the 2 days of the Masters put their darts in a draw.
80.
Chizzy went to Vegas. Not sure if he had as much luck in Vegas as he did against Thornton, then I bet he'd come back with a few quid.
55.
Yeah, if you are just joining us, Robert Thornton 8, Dave Chisnall 0. Thornton had darts for 9-0, and Chisnall won 10-9. Incredible.
99. Raymond require 146.
What a good dart. He'll stay there, surely. Well, no, he went to switch to the... It was a case for for
I would have
staying.
stayed there,
Yeah.
especially the amount, the amount of 180s he hits. He's
Michael, you require 74.
This to break. One dart.
54. Raymond, you require 60.
Well, here he is, last year's Masters runner-up, Raymond van Barneveld. Double 10. Yeah, double 10 won Smith the first leg, double 10 wins Barney the second. Yeah, played well 12 months ago here, but no one would have been a match for Michael van Gerwen in the final 12 months ago. Van Gerwen averaging 112, 11-6 the result over Barney.
14 180s in that final, and 30 in the whole tournament. Michael last year, he was virtually untouchable.
Michael van Gerwen, the defending champ, in action Saturday night here in Milton Keynes, opens up his campaign against Stephen Bunting, Phil Taylor,
55.
Jelle Klassen, Adrian Lewis, Kim Huybrechts, Gary Anderson, Vincent van der Voort. What a lineup that is for Saturday night at the Arrows.
World champions in that lineup.
Well, Barney was actually in action last weekend when he had a disappointing start to the year. He failed in 2 qualifiers for the first couple of Euro Tour events, the Dutch and German Masters, which take place next month and in March. Lost to Jan Dekker and Mike de Dekker, 2 Dutch stablemates, yeah, in the qualifiers, but they were disappointing defeats. I think they were 6-2 on both occasions.
Yeah, but I think he would have literally just come back from Hong Kong then.
Yeah.
So he's had a week to prepare for this one, and
double 18 then.
70.
Yeah, so he'd be up to speed by now. You would have, especially with the Premier League, as we've said, starting just next Thursday.
Double 8 for Smith. Yeah, good darts. 18-3 finish. Well, it's interesting, of course, we've got the European Championship later on in the year, but the criteria for the European Championship has completely changed. The top 16 in the world used to be guaranteed a place.
Clear as mud.
But doesn't happen anymore. The qualification will come from the European Tour Order of Merit, so it means that the players who perhaps decided to opt out of the European Tour events last year cannot afford to do so. If you want to play in a TV major in the European Championship, you have to do it through the Euro Tour Order of Merit.
Didn't Michael win 2 of those last year, those Euro Tour events? Beat Michael van Gerwen in the final of one.
Yeah. Well, Phil Taylor,
60.
as it stands, is going to have to qualify for the events. He didn't qualify for the Dutch or German events, didn't take place in the qualifiers 10 days or so ago, but it's a tough criteria if you want to play in the European Championship this year.
Not quite caught fire this match so far. In the 4th leg, and both averaging around 85.
140. Raymond, you require 144.
Important last dart from Barney.
See, I think this rhythm, when Michael's throwing at that tempo, suits him a little bit more. I think sometimes it's just a little bit too quick.
Well, he just managed to get the single 12.
Oh, needs another
double eight will do.
36.
Well, Smith missed 1 dart to break the Barney throw in the second leg. He should have 2 here. Tops.
He's nearly in the 18 instead of the 4.
You can't say that he hasn't had his chances. He really should be 4-0 up, Michael Smith. Double 2. Double 1 then. 4-0 to Smith. Smith will be thinking, it should have been, but it isn't, it's 2-all.
91.
Or as my old mate calls it, Desmond. It's a perfect first start. So you'd be disappointed if he just gets out of that throw with a ton.
But it was good to see Van Barneveld and the way he performed, the way he played and the way he hung on in there at the World Championship. In many respects it was vintage.
Yes.
You know, not just the epic victory over Michael van Gerwen, but
55.
the run through to the semi-finals, and he was the comeback king. But to beat Smith, just ran out of gas, I felt, in the semi-finals against Adrian Lewis, and
100.
I don't think he had anything more to give, really, did he?
I think that the Michael van Gerwen game and, as you said, the Smith game just about took everything out of him.
59.
But it was good to see him back in that frame of mind, back in that form, and now back in the top 10 in the world, Chris.
Well, if you're going to have a run in any of the events, the Worlds is the one, because the prize money is massive.
130.
Incredibly, Raymond won his first title, major title, the year Michael Smith was born. The Spring Cup, 1991.
Well, Michael Smith is a man in a hurry. Great entertainment this, 5 legs, all one on throw. A little shake in the head from Smith. He's disappointed, but he is winning. It's Smith 3, Van Barneveld 2. Well, game 4 of 4 on the opening afternoon here in Milton Keynes. We've seen some pretty close games so far. Thornton 9, Chisnall 10. Thornton was 8-0 up. James Wade beating Terry Jenkins 10-8. Peter Wright 10-7 winner over Ian White. And this one just as close. 3-2, all legs with throw. Michael Smith, though, has missed darts to break the Van Barneveld throw twice.
Six flag Raymond to throw first.
Here they are on the big stage. The world number 8, Michael Smith, the world number 9, Raymond Van Barneveld. And that was
60.
Interesting bit of info you threw out just before the break.
Yeah, though I was just looking back through Raymond's history, and
93.
one of his earliest major titles was exactly that, the very year that Michael Smith was born. That's right.
85.
Yeah, he's had a fabulous year as Smith, and his breakthrough, and I think one of the main reasons he's been picked for the Premier League was that great run in the Grand Slam, amongst other things, of course. But he was in a funny old group with Lewis Fordham and Wayne Jones, and come through that unbeaten.
100.
He did Chizzy 10-7 or 10-6 in the last 16 with a 105 average. And he did Jackpot.
93.
Adrian Lewis, who we'll see later, 16-11. But then ran into the green machine, MVG.
25 years of age, Michael Smith.
100.
He really does have the darting world in his hands over the next couple of decades. He will win a world championship, I'm certain of that.
93. Maybe doing 156.
Yeah, but the top 10 in the world in the Premier League, no one could complain this year about being left out or not.
100. Michael, you require 88.
Yeah, there's no randoms in that list, no wild cards.
Oh, look at this, to break. He's missed another dart to break. Oh, not this time. There is the first break. 4 darts he'd missed, but the 5th one to break the Van Barneveld throw goes in. Big 88 finish from Michael Smith.
140.
Averaging 11 points nearly more than Van Barneveld. Well, that'll close up a bit now with Barney's second 180.
There's very little in it in the scoring stats. As in tons and 140s. There's just 2-1 in the 180 department to Barneveld.
Great response, really has been. Just looking back at that World Championship game, I'm lucky enough to commentate on that, and In those first 3 sets, Barney won only 3 legs against Michael Smith. He looked in total control. He was playing some sublime darts, but it was a 1-2-1 finish from the Dutchman that got him back into it, and then all of a sudden he got on a run and he went down to that dramatic last set. But it was...
Well, Smith led in that last set as well, didn't he?
He was 2-0 up.
2-0 up in the last set.
He missed 1 dart for the match, and Barney won 4 straight legs. And here he's looking at double 18
for a 10.
For a 10-dart leg! How about that, to break straight back?
That'll lift his average up. They are averages. I expected a lot of 180s in this one. It had the ingredients to be a bit tasty.
Van Barneveld has lost to Van Gerwen for the last 2 years
59.
here at the Masters. Last year in the final, of course, 2014 in the first round, he lost in a deciding leg after he was 9-7 in front in Edinburgh. Great game, and would you believe the winner of this plays Michael Van Gerwen or Stephen Bunting?
60.
It's just simmering, this one.
57.
It's had its moments.
It will explode.
Yeah.
Effectively just 1 dart in front. If that 1 dart's in a treble,
90.
loose.
Try and find a way through to the treble. Yeah, lifted over the first dart beautifully there from Barney.
90. Remedy required.
Switch.
87.
20 ball. Double 5.
77.
It was a good visit from Smith, because he's left himself for 2 darts. I thought it out well. Oh, he went double-double.
40. Remedy required 10.
Double-double on the 19s. Chris Mason is shaking his head in disbelief to my left.
How has he got away with that?
6. Remedy required 56.
Different strokes for different folks, I suppose. Oh,
36.
moved the wire.
Remedy required 4.
Well, the finishing from both has been sloppy.
That's being kind. Oh, it's
Can he find a way
out.
through? Oh, great dart. Well, a very ordinary leg, but a very extraordinary dart to win it.
It didn't look like there was even a route.
60.
A route in there.
Well, how important is that? We're back on track, aren't we? And then only 60 from Smith.
100.
Found a way through.
$41.
Just lifted it, just over the top. Could have only just seen that corner.
Must have been. It looked from that angle that the only way he could possibly
100.
go was right over to the right.
Yeah, top right.
$140.
7 o'clock tonight for the evening session here in Milton Keynes.
81.
A session packed full of world champions, including the current one.
I wouldn't mind being a pound behind their combined bank balances.
I'll let
being
you,
£1 million behind.
I was going to say, I'll let you work that one out.
140.
Great darts from Barney. This is against the throw. He hasn't been ahead at any stage in this match.
80.
Unlucky.
Raymond, you require 80.
So for 3 legs on the spin. Clinical, punishing darts.
Very. Well, if he can get out of this second break, 6-4 up, he will be thrilled. Oh, look at this.
Well, I've seen some resolute darts from Van Barneveld.
Yeah, he did have a trait to just throw it in at times, but he seems to have found his battling qualities.
Michael's only got himself to blame, you know. He's had so many chances to
14
break,
of them.
Yeah, to break the Van Barneveld throw and hasn't taken them.
60.
Only 60. Important leg, you feel, just before the second break. Important darts, you feel, from Michael Smith.
He's going to hit his second one. There was no better time than then. He needs a ton.
60.
Doesn't find one.
121.
So no real pressure. He went for treble 7,
81.
I can assure you.
He's left himself on a possible 13 darter to hit straight back.
100. Michael, you require 40.
For parity. So 5 apiece in a race to 10. I think we're going the distance. Don't go anywhere. It could be a really enthralling finish to this game. Michael Smith and Raymond Van Barneveld in a rerun of their World Championship epic. And we're locked at 5 legs all.
TV4 in my head.
Just a little over a month's time.
I know.
Michael van Gerwen will defend his title as he is here. We've seen Chisnall beat Thornton,
60.
Wright beat White, Wade beat Terry Jenkins. And just a reminder, later on this evening, as Barney
140.
hits an 11th 140, it's Adrian Lewis against Kim Huybrechts, Phil Taylor and Jelle Klassen in a repeat of their World Championship thriller.
83.
Gary Anderson and Vincent van der Voort. They met at the World Championships. Vincent won only a leg. I'm sure he'll do better tonight.
He was hopping mad.
And then
60.
Michael van Gerwen and Stephen Bunting to round off day 1 at the Masters.
Big year for Stephen Bunting. Starts to defend
22.
what he won 2 years ago. So he's a big year for him.
Well, perhaps he's not in the Premier League, and perhaps that
41.
may actually benefit Bunting in the long run.
Yeah.
We shall see. A lot of room there for Michael Smith.
100.
Be disappointed. He's disappointed with only 100, but he's left to finish. Do you think Smith's the world champion
60.
in waiting?
Well, I find it hard to make those kind of predictions when you think of the quality of Michael van Gerwen, and he's won it
100.
once. You know, it's a big call nowadays to. I mean, he shows flashes of insane ability.
The reason I think he will win one, he's got age on his side.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's gonna have
25 years of age.
Longevity.
Yep.
And there's not a lot that can go wrong with the throw. It's, you know, it's just a very basic, very little movement in the wrist. But yeah, I think he'll win. I think he'll win a TV title. But winning the Worlds over that time, that distance, you're not going to get away with having a game like this.
Well, no, I mean, but as well, you're looking into the crystal ball, aren't you? I mean,
for me, he doesn't have the consistency.
We shall see. We shall see. 25 years of age. It's a good, smooth throwing action, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely release, follows through, points at the target.
Well, you think about it, in the world of the Professional Darts Corporation, there's so many have tried and not many have succeeded when it comes to the World Championship.
Yes, it's well, winning anything in the PDC is tough enough.
140.
For the Worlds, you've got to dodge some bullets to win one of those.
100.
100 not enough, because that means 6 darts from Michael Smith for 127.
A break of throw.
59.
Interesting. How much pressure is going to be on this 68?
100. Likely requires
Enough.
68.
Got options. May look at treble 16 here. 1 dart at tops.
48.
Well, he has had 6 darts from 127, and he's only had 1 dart at a double, and it was 96 that Barney took out in the deciding set at the World Championship.
Amazed there on that shot. He didn't go for double 18 tops.
Likely requires 20.
Especially as it's one of his favourite doubles. Oh.
10.
But you never, or I never thought that double 5 was going to go anywhere near.
No.
4 darts he's missed for a 7-5 lead.
Huge dart.
No score. Likely requires 10.
Well, is this a massive turning point? It may well be. Michael Smith, 7 out of 24 on the doubles. For those 3 misses from Barney at tops for 6 all.
And he let him off the hook there, and he didn't. I mean, they were well thrown darts. It just didn't go in between the wires.
60.
Could be the turning point, Chris.
Yeah.
100.
But we know that this man is very capable
140.
of coming back, and coming back strongly.
Well, it's not like he's up against a Smith that's going out in, you know, sub 15.
97.
More of these legs have been over 15 than under it. Hence his average of just 87 for Smith and 84 for Barneveld.
60.
Yeah, it hasn't hit the heights, but it's still been, it's been intriguing. It's gone one way, then the other. Barney, remember, won 3 legs on the spin to lead 5-4, but 3 on the spin for Smith.
Yep.
100. Likely require 126.
Another one of those.
120. Maybe you require 141.
1-4-1 earlier from James Wade in his victory over Terry Jenkins. It's not happening now.
Yeah, that's pressure.
125. Michael requires 6.
Double 3. Oh, well done. It really is one of the most difficult doubles.
14 flag Raymond to
Just rarely ever go anywhere near it.
Game on.
4 straight legs for Michael Smith now. Is he on his way to his first ever win over Raymond van Barneveld in a TV tournament?
140. $57.
I think he's got such a relaxed style that he literally has to be totally relaxed for it to flow fully.
He does practice a lot.
Yeah.
And I talked to him a couple of weeks ago, Chris, and you know, and just watching him, he was producing darts like that.
Yeah.
But there is a case I sometimes feel he could do 4 to 5 hours a day, and for me that's too much. And
Yeah.
you know, but he has it in his own mind that he has to achieve certain things during his practice regime.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, he's hit back-to-back 180s.
Now this version of Smith, yes, can win a world title.
But look at this, double 12 for a 138. Oh, Raymond van Barneveld. Take a bow, Barney.
Wow.
And when he plays like that, it does look so easy, doesn't it? It looks, you feel as if you could just go and do the same, but you can't. And that's 3 180s on the spin.
Yeah.
Over 2 legs for Michael Smith.
100.
Well, this is what we've come to expect from this game.
Yes.
Oh, go on, Michael Smith.
140.
Chris Mason desperate to call a 9-darter.
It was 11 treble 20s on the trot.
81.
That's not bad. Absolutely flying now.
Well, 41 after 9. 180, 180, 180, 140, 140. Michael Smith's last 5 visits.
And if you come into my exhibition for Jamie Harvey in Scotland on Thursday, don't expect that.
Michael Smith, 60 flag Raymond to throw first.
What a leg. What a couple of legs from both of them. Michael Smith, 1 away.
97.
What do you do now for a couple of those 180s?
$57. $60.
Frustrated there from Barney.
We've seen glimpses of what Michael Smith can do, haven't we?
57.
Huge talent, great to watch. Will get better and better. 25-year-old from St Helens with 1 leg away from beating the 5 times world champion Raymond van Barneveld.
Yeah, champion in 98, 99. Can't remember who stopped him from winning 3 on the trot. Can't remember who that was. And then 2003, 2005, and then that epic versus Taylor in the final in 2007.
Who was it?
Yours truly.
41. Raymond, you require 190.
I want having him equaling my mate Briss's record.
You dine out on that, don't you?
Occasionally.
59.
I've heard the story a few times, don't worry.
Once or twice. Over a glass of sherry.
97.
So Barney, 4 legs left, got to win them all. Tops to get 1 back.
40.
Have to put a big one in here just to ask the question.
60. Raymond, you require 20.
That won't do it.
Well, that will for Barney. 9-7.
17 flag Michael to throw first.
3 legs to go. Smith will have the darts if it goes the distance in 2 of them.
96. $60.
140 would put him in absolute control.
I think important as well for Michael Smith psychologically as well. Just to cross a mental barrier after the defeat to Van Barneveld at the World Championship, and all darts players, no matter what they may tell you, know exactly what their record is against all the other professionals, and he'll be only too well aware that he hasn't beaten Van Barneveld in a TV game. So it's an important afternoon in many ways for Michael Smith, and he's closing in now.
A nice way to finish. Bull double 16.
90.
Bull double 16. Can he win it in style? No.
Oh, mature thinking.
He went the treble 16
I like
route. I think the main
that.
reason he did
Yeah.
that was Barney's back on 2-5-1, so he's left tops to win it.
$100.
Well, tops for the match.
40.
10-7.
His debut at the Masters, Michael Smith. And his first ever win over Raymond van Barneveld in a TV tournament. And young Michael Smith, the world number 8, with a significant victory and a landmark day in many ways for the young man from St Helens. He's through to the quarterfinals. Raymond van Barneveld, last year's runner-up, is out. Smith wins it 10-7.